Okay, well, I've got another Force on the bench. Yeah, accidentally bought this, one of those Jixon bids that didn't necessarily want to win, but couldn't let it go. So here I am with a second Akai Force now. So this one, the fault reported is no audio out, not even distorted audio out, and there's some kind of interaction between the buttons. And I have powered it up, and that does seem to be the case. And there's also, it seems to crash quite a lot. So I don't know if I've got time to deep dive now, but I wanted to have a quick look and just to see what's going on. So let's hit some power. Looking at this is powered off a bench supply, so it's pulling about 800 milliamps, which is about right at 19 volts. 900 milliamps starting up. So it does work on an external sound card. In that, you can hear some audio, but on its own, no audio. And in fact, if I load up one of these projects, it's probably going to crash on a startup. Or it did last time. Okay, that is working. So yeah, absolutely no audio output. If I, however, connect it by USB to an external sound, and yeah, that's weird. Doesn't pick that up. Oh, is it because I'm? That's why, yeah, because I'm playing. Okay. Is the touchscreen a bit dodgy as well? That seems a bit slow, doesn't it? Hard to say. Didn't notice that before. Okay. I can probably just about hear that. What's coming out of the headphones now? The main button here. That's kind of working. Yeah, I didn't see any problem with the touchscreen actually. I'll go into note mode on something. I'll tell you what, do a new project. So when I press certain keys, it seems like a lot of them light up and get pressed. There's something's wrong in that matrix. We've got two faults at least. Slightly odd crashing fault that doesn't seem very reliable. Weird button fault and no audio out of the. I've checked the mains as well, and there's still no audio out of there. So I'm going to take it apart and see what we can see. See if I can remember how. Okay, just had to pause there. I hope you've chopped that bit out. So I've just covered my serial number. I realised I was showing the serial number, but it's not very smart, is it? Yeah, this is a hard drive, but oh, I thought this was supposed to come with a hard drive. That's a bit disappointing. Sure, the listing said it came with a hard drive. All right, well, that could be a reason to send it back. Ah, some of these screws are quite loose. Someone's been in here. Uh, is that a different? Bit of a hodgepodge of screws here as well. Well, it looks. Someone's had a look in here, haven't they? That's not the right screw. No, it's never a good sign when someone's been poking about. That's not the right screw either. What's that? Some sort of that's the self-tapper for some plastics. Well, actually, they're all a bit like that. I think maybe they're the rear screws. Anyway, I've been having some fun with the Akais. I must say, I do quite like the way they work. It's been a bit of a mixed reception, I think, to the recent beta MPC desktop software. I think it's quite good. Definitely some missing stuff on there. The trouble is when you put the wrong screw in, I've ever done this, it's harder to get it out. Little, it's off camera. A little leverage under there to get it to come out. And it's the back panel as well, isn't it? That's missing. So what do we have to do? Oh yeah, look at that. Missing screws all over the place. Someone's been in here. Some little toad and fiddling. It was rather meet something that's been unfettered. You never know what you're going to find or what someone's done inside. We shall see what they've done inside in a minute. Are you curious? I am. Oh, real mixture of screws here. Yeah, did we have to undo all these? I can't remember. Perhaps we did because that panel has to come off, doesn't it? To find some better screws for some of these positions. So that's all the rear panels. Those had to come off, didn't they? All right. That all on? There we go. The innards again. Akai MP, no, an Akai Force MPC. So this is the audio bit. Oh, that's unconnected. Well, it's not very good, is it? So the worry is if someone's been in here that they've damaged a FPC or something. Which is not the end of the world necessarily, but it might be a trickier repair. So given that this is the audio board, I think we should have this off and take a look Although, as I recall, there was some voltages supposed to be present on some of these pins, so we could start looking on there. I don't really want to mess with this front panel board as well. Probably had beer poured in the front of it or something. All right, let's just have a look on the other side of this. So let's no, if I remember right, actually. Oh dear, that's do that. Put that back on in a minute. They do just come off, but I think these were glued, weren't they? Ferrites glued down. So actually, we probably need to take the processor board off to be able to extract that, which is a bit annoying, but there we go. It is what it is. Just got to do it properly. Now I could compare the weird mods we saw on the other Force. See if there's any that match this one. There was a few that definitely didn't look factory on the other Force. Missed one. Loose. Oh, that's not one to do. Okay. They're rather loose themselves, those things. Maybe that's been off before. Uh, turn that around. Sure, we were able to run this live last time with the board turned over. So what we found last time was that this little linear reg was gone on one rail, so maybe it's gone on both rails. That's my magic hat gone that I can see things with. I think this is a later board. It's got I'm sure the other one had AKM converters in, and this has got TI converters in. How interesting. It's full of NJM 4580s. The budget op amp of choice. Made now by Nishinbo. A good look around, just see if we can see anything. Anything untoward? The caps look all right. But given that the audio board's completely not working, it seems pretty likely that we've got a voltage out on the audio board. As problem uno. Ah, well, there's an interesting issue. Huh. Well, I don't know if that's an explanation. See if I can get that on the microscope. Ah, there it was. It was. Now, what we see here is some evidence that a screw has gone all the way through there and possibly shorted out some pins. And since this is board, this is part of the audio board, this audio board here, and it's powered from the main audio board up here, which has got the regs on it. It ain't impossible that that's part of the problem. Now, which screw was that to go through there? It's bizarre. What is that even? It's the screw for a foot. Is the panel bent? How bizarre. Let's have another closer look at that. So I don't think that has been shorted now. But I don't think that that's... I don't think that foot screw is poking through enough. That's the foot screw that would be there. It looks like at some point a longer screw has been pushed through there, and it's damaged the board. It may be temporary. I'm just going to clean that up a bit so I can see if the track is broken. Does that look like? And that looks like it's this looks like, I mean, this is ground, doesn't it? This here, so it would have shorted this flood fill area here to the ground, and that probably is flood filled to ground anyway. And then this here, which looks a bit like a signal output, maybe. Would the op amp have died if it's got its output shorted and taken the rails down? Well, I don't know. Probably not. We need to try and get this running live. You can monitor some voltages. So plug this back in. Let's see what I'm doing. Let's go back to the fiddly. These FPCs look a little bit stressed. Just going to check any that I can see as I'm going around. That out of the way for now. Right, so we're going to switch it back on and see if we've got some voltage on the audio, I should say. Meter. Some power. And there's the power there. Right. So it's booting. Some ground. And no volts there. And no volts there. Okay. Well, we could have guessed that maybe. So I've got to flip this board over somehow. So I'm going to switch that off again. We can shut it down. Let's be kind to it. So much lighter without the metal case on the bottom. So current's gone off. So can we flip? I'm sure I managed to flip this over before. Perhaps we had this board flipped as well. Do we have them both flipped? Or did I have this board out of the way as well? The mysterious SuperCap PCB. That we figured out what it's for. So this SuperCap PCB is so that when you pull the plug out by accident, it keeps the thing on long enough to shut down the file system. Yeah, there we go. That's going over. So it does look a little different, I think, to the previous board. To refer back to the other video, right? I need an insulating sheet in the bin. I use as a handy insulator. A bit of cardboard or a bit of paper. Here we go. Just pop that under there. And we're going to power up again, and we're expecting, if I remember rightly, silly light on the bottom of this thing. So this is the, oh, my microscope's in the way of itself, isn't it? So this is the area on the audio board that has the linear regulator that was broken last time. And what we're expecting to see is something like plus or minus 16, 17, something like that on one side of these caps, and then coming out of the other side plus minus 15. So it's like an LDO, low dropout regulator, that provided a bit of noise rejection, I guess, from the power supplies. So let's move that out of the way. The other shots, side shot. Let's go with that one. Right. Let's power it back on. Oh, that's a bit high current. Is it alive? It's coming on. Maybe it does pulse a bit at the beginning. Higher than I was expecting. So we'll try and find a ground. I think looks like that's probably a ground. Check we've still not got anything there. What about on the output? So nothing on there either. What about on any of these caps? Nothing. So does the power come in on here? On this one? Plus VA. So we've got a ground. And then plus VA there, no nothing. Okay, I think on this one. Where does the power come in though? This is 19 volts in here. Okay, so we've got 19 volts in. And nothing across that cap. Ah, oh, something. 3v3 across that 25 volt cap. That's a bit mysterious. What's this FET doing here? Find a good ground. There's one there. Maybe that's a 3v3 reg, who knows? That reg's running. That reg is not. 7.3. It's a bit strange, isn't it? Oh, well, that's not good. Didn't expect that to pop off. Did we not put that back on right? I have to shut this down and reconnect that because it's probably not going to work properly with that disconnected. Wait for it to shut down. Kind of pulled itself out there. There could be an enable on this, so we do need to get the digits connected. that the right way up? The blue side's that way up, isn't it? It looks like it is, unless they're the wrong way up on both ends. Is it pins at the top or pins at the bottom? There's pins at the bottom. That connector looks the wrong way up at both ends to me, which is slightly strange. And now I've lost the clinching item, clinching piece. That's a bit dangerous that that's getting pulled. But I think this connector's been put in the wrong way up. What's the other one now? Oh no, maybe it's the wrong way round. Is that possible? Maybe I need to go and watch my other video back and see which way round they are. Just a moment. Okay, well, I just brought up my other video, and definitely looks like the blue bit of the connector is exposed on both sides, and that's not how it was in here. So, and these connectors have a right and a wrong way, because there's only well, you can get them in all sort in several variants. So you can get them pins up, pins down, and you can get can get them so that they're different on each end. But in this unit, it's clear that from my last video, unless now the only thing is that on this board it's a 2018 rev, and on the board we're working on at the moment is a 2021 date on it, so a much more recent unit. So it's possible they flipped it. Really unlikely, I'd say. Especially since the CPU boards are probably, exactly the same. So I reckon the hypothesis is that there was a fault with the front panel. Someone's been in here, fiddled with it, put that connector on upside down, and have an enable there. And pin 2. Interesting to see what the state of. We're not getting an EN. So perhaps there is still a problem with these connectors. Is the other end of the connectors, they're not twisted, they're not supposed to be twisted or something, those connectors, are they? Be strange. I'll watch my video again and how I connect them. I'm pretty sure they weren't twisted. The blue tab is up. Are they upside down? Oh, I've got that on. That's really weird because the my video, the blue is up this side and but not there. I don't think the blue is the other side, suggesting it's a bottom connect on both sides. They don't look twisted though. Someone been in here, replaced the FPCs with the wrong FPCs. They do look a bit longer. Well, that is not an easy thing to fix when someone's been in mucking about with something and totally ballsed it up, is it? So there's two possibilities. It's a different board rev, and they need top connect instead of bottom connect. Let me show this. If I hit play, you'll see that. So the exposed side is under the blue tab. So not this side, not the blue tab side. It's underneath, and so we've got the blue up on the live one, on the one we're fixing at the moment, and then we fold the board over, which is what we've done here. And I've had to twist the cables to get but those are not twisted because they're opposite sides, those FPCs. Let's skip on a bit. Here's me bringing the board in, and look, blue side up there. And then when I've had to do that here to get blue side up, I've had to twist the FPCs. Here's some FPCs on Farnell, and you see some of them are same-sided contact, and some of them are opposite-sided contact. They're the wrong cables. Sent me a completely impossible to work set of stuff. Well, F you, eBay guy. That's kept me busy. Right, so the theory is somebody had a problem with the front panel, probably poured beer in it, thought they could fix it, took it apart, managed to damage the FPCs in doing that. Thought, I know, I'll buy some new FPCs. Was not observant enough and wrong ones. Put it together and then, oh no, the audio doesn't work because all the connection to the audio board's screwed because I bought the wrong FPC. That's my theory. And interesting to find that out, wasn't it? Perhaps I can interview. Do you think the eBay person might be able to interview them and see what happened? That would be interesting. All right, so we've ordered the FPCs, what I think they're correct ones. We'll see if I'm right. Maybe I'm not. Easy to be wrong about these things and miss some other factor that's hard to predict. But I think we've proven that there that must be the case. I just as in Sherlock Holmes fashion, when you've ruled out all the other possibilities, however improbable, whatever remains must be the truth. And the truth is, someone bought the wrong FPCs and tried to fit them. Convinced of it. Anyway, we shall see. In a few days, FPCs will arrive. I'll try not to have this thing fall to bits in the meantime. I can't be asked to put it back together. Try and find a box to put it in and box for all the screws and other pieces. And then once we've got the audio back up and running, I guess we'll take a look at the front panel and maybe find beer in it. That's probably the most likely thing. All right, that'll have to do for now. It's late. I need to go to bed. Till next time.